Greetings and salutations, my friends. Welcome to the journeyman that's currently jobless and homeless. Well, not homeless. We've got the shed, apartment. But we are jobless. We have applied for a few jobs. We've got our first job interview today. Don't know what's going to happen in this episode. Obviously, I'm going to edit it because it's going to take forever to probably find a job. But, and we might get to look around the new club. We might end the episode with no job whatsoever. So almost a pointless episode. But so far, we have applied for a Romanian, Swiss, Turkish, Croatian, Portuguese. I don't know why, I just want to go to Portugal. There's a few comments about Portugal. I've never managed there. And Sweden, the hotbed of blonde talent. I've applied. There is a bunch of jobs, but there's, I think it's like 2nd of June where everybody sort of retires or finishes up or something like that. There is a bunch of jobs available, like Atletico Madrid. I'm waiting for them to come to me for that one. We've got our first interview today, so let's do one interview. I'll show you one because you know how exciting they are. They're definitely not repetitive, these interviews. But the first thing we need to do is almost like find out where we are. Like we are. If we click on the home button, eventually, come on game, doesn't like pressing the home button when you've got a massive database, I've discovered. So let's go on the home button. We'll go on the home button and the home button. Just bear with me as we go home. When you click the home button, do you actually have to travel home? Maybe that's why it's taking so long to load. Go back to the old shed apartment. Shapartment. So here we are. I am almost 2.5 star reputation. Okay, we've got a Continental C license. We have, look at my scouting knowledge. I've spent all those years in Luxembourg. 50%. So, we're probably looking at teams up to 3 star, maybe, potentially. So the first one I'm going to go for is Albright IS. Have I missed the interview? Okay, there it is. Right, let's get down to business. Just to see where we are. There's their reputation, which is a tiny bit higher than me. Not speaking the language. Easy language to learn. You never managed, but I've never had the opportunity. I hope you'll give me the chance. Lacks variety in our opinion. Can tell me you've owned a small selection of teams. I've shown loyalty to every club I've managed. You're looking to make a step up for your previous club. Can you handle that? I feel very comfortable working here. Can you explain why you consider me options? Standard question. The club is looking to hire a manager comfortable working with limited resources. Yay. I can look after the finances. How do you feel about working with our current guy, Daniel Mastrovich? He's a bit of a dick, but yeah, I'm all right with that. No, don't know philosophies. If hired, you'd expected to avoid automatic relegation. See, but as you can see, their wage bill's 33 grand. It's not small beans. We can pay 2,800, so it's not like a tiny club. Yes. Don't get relegated. Okay, transfer budget's a little bit smaller. Yeah, it's realistic. But they're giving me a wage budget of 50 grand. So that's our wage bill. That's what I was looking at. That's nice, man. That's room to maneuver. That's very good. Okay, I have no things. Cool. If we look in the job centre, we are not favourite for anything. The Zagreb fans popped up with a message. I thought Zagreb's it's right at the top end. But they popped up saying, although I'm not favourite, they might be interested. I was also tempted by Belgium because it's confusing and that'll be funny. But not many Belgian jobs have come up. Same as Portuguese jobs. They're probably my two Belgium's the obvious choice, right next door to Luxembourg. That's where a lot of people that work in Luxembourg live because it's a bit cheaper. And so that would logically, I can commute from my shed. Although I think it's time, we've saved a bit of money. I think it's time we can actually afford somewhere a little bit better. But I think there or Portugal, just because having never managed in them. But I'm open to other opportunities. I want to know where we're at. Like, can we even get an interview with Dynamo Zagreb? Because it's possible. They didn't laugh off my interest, and the fans didn't piss themselves when they heard that I was interested in the job, which is always a bonus in my eyes. Not getting laughed at when you turn up for an interview is definitely up there in importance. I thought that was Stephen Gerrard, and that was a horrific typo. Leon, okay, Jolic. Oh, randomly, Bruce Grobbelaar got sacked from a team in the Scottish Highland League. Okay, steps down. Falkenbergs, a couple of sackings. But interestingly, so here's Dynamo Zagreb, obviously a top league Croatian side. And they finished third, like way off HNK, that one. Fucking the names are going to kill me on this one. But that's a really interesting prospect. But if we look at them, although it's a well-known team name, they're only 3-star reputation. This is what clinched it for me. They're rich. And we've not really had money, and money would be fun. And it could be like they've underperformed. They were predicted to come first, but they are miles off first. So it could be a really interesting one-season thing, getting back to the top, bosh out a league. Look at the wages they're paying. I don't think I'm going to get an interview there. All right, we'll come back when there's something interesting going on. Welcome back to Job Centre Special. We have had 2 interviews. Zagreb turned us down. It was to be expected. That was to sort of see where we're at. And we're clearly not there. A few other jobs that looked interesting. The Portuguese one was disappointing. There was a second division Portuguese side that turned us down. So, but the good news is we've had a job interview at ASUS in the Turkish, I think that's second division. And the one that we went for, the Swedish one, we have been offered the job. I am favourite. I've been offered it. I delayed it a week. It's come back. I've also had a job interview at Viitorul Constanta in Romania. Because, why not? They're pretty decent. Look, easy way to sort of see is just look at the wages they're offering players. They look like they got Champions playoff shit. They finished 6th in the overall league. That is the top division, isn't it? Yeah. That's the. I wish it would just go to the league table as the default. And they don't look half bad team. But we've been approached for this job, and we've delayed it a week. So now we're in gamble territory. A lot of teams will allow us to delay it another week, but we'll have a look at them. So they finished 12th in the top division in Sweden. They're not finished. The league is only halfway through. It's probably on. They've probably got to win a break of some description. Fuck knows. Sweden, isn't it? Who knows? Not had the best start to the season. They seem to rely quite a lot on loan players, which is never. Have they got any funny names? Blagojevic, yeah, your gran. No great funny names. Badge is a bit dull. They are sort of with us on reputation, similar to our level. Decent training facilities and youth facilities. Finances are okay, which is pretty good at this level. It's a tough one. I don't like going through halfway through the season. It's a little bit of a wage rise, but not a grand deal. We've got wages, but we've got no transfer budget. I'm going to delay another week because there are some irons in the fire. They've agreed to the delay. This one I quite like the look of. Akrisaspor in the Turkish second division. They finished the season and they finished 5th in the second division. They're a decent side. They were supposed to do better. They've underperformed. Yeah, they were supposed to win the league. So they've obviously got a decent side. They were relegated the season before. They've got a guy called Elvis Manu on 16 grand a week, which is nuts. So that would probably be one of the first things we do is get rid of him. But this looks like he wants to punch me. I'm sorry, Elvis. This looks like a really interesting... Oh, the names are tricky, aren't they? Tricky. Oh, Jonathan. Definitely. Keep him. It's called Jonathan. But there's definitely a lot we could do with this club, because you can see they got relegated last year. They've still got some of these big players, 16 grand here. We've got 12 grand. We've got 12 grand. Lots of 8 grand that we could just sort of cull and use that money. If we look at profile, we haven't been offered the job, by the way. They are insecure financially, but that's fixable. It's understandable for a relegated team. Good facilities as well. Underperforming last season. I think that might be interesting, but we haven't been offered the job yet, so come back to me in a minute. Welcome back, my friends. I've tried to delay again, and they've rejected the delay, and they're forcing me into, which is fair enough. It's like 3 weeks now. I think I'm going to reject. Sometimes when I was looking about other jobs and stuff, and sometimes you're like, it just doesn't feel right. It's an interesting project, but I don't know. Just doesn't feel, nothing jumps out at me. Everything's kind of, it's all right. It's an okay place to be. Finances are okay. It's average. Everything's average. It looks like they've got a 7-year-old as a key player. But I'm just not feeling it. And it's not anything to do with Sweden. Maybe it's because I've also never heard of them. Yeah, and they're halfway through the season. We're going to reject it. We've been turned down for a couple of other jobs. The young boys job came available. Obviously, I went for that just for the jokes we could make, and they immediately turned me down. They must have seen my police record. We've gone for Dnipro. Dnipro and Tomsk in the Russian second division. Tomsk, with the name alone is worth it, and also Akhmat, who are in the top division. That's unlikely, but you got to ask, couldn't you? Now this one interests me quite a lot. Dnipro, it's a team most of us have heard of. They are in the Ukrainian Premier League. They are relegated, so we will start the season, which is interesting one. We're going to start the season in the lower league, so we're probably expected to win the league. I do have that lower league, because that would be really to just disappear from the game. And this looks relatively normal, which is nice. And because I'm weird, when I did the job interview, their 2-star reputation, which is pretty good. They were predicted to come 9th. Actually, hang on, there's only 10 teams in the league. So was it 10 teams in the league? 12 teams in the league. They came 10th. So, okay, they were predicted to be down there. They've got really good facilities, insecure finances, and one of the questions at the job interview was, are you comfortable working for a team in considerable financial trouble? And being me, I was like, yes. Weirdly, I'd quite like that, because it's one of my favourite things, because I'm a strange person. And then with the relegation, we would literally have to cull a lot of players, try and make some money. There's some good value players here. Igor Kogut, 1.5 mil skis. A couple of these players, I don't know how bad the finances is, but might be able to just rescue that completely. I quite like the idea. Ukraine, a league I've never managed in. I always never quite know, because I might have randomly played there once, but I don't think I've managed in them. So I'm kind of hoping for this job. We've done the interview. It went well. We're not favourites. Oleg Prostatos. Look at him, smug twat. He's slightly better than me, so there's a good chance that he'll get the job above me. But, look at him, job hopping all around. We can stay there for years to come and rebuild Dnipro into a footballing god, or something along those lines. Yeah, so Tom Tusk is interesting as well. Sadly, we're going to reject. We are walking away. Thank you for your time. All great. But it's not to be. So I'll come back to you with any more news. Well, my friends, we've been offered the Dnipro job. It's a wage cut. Well, we're jobless at the moment, so it's definitely more money. My wage budget. Oh, I thought that said 20 quid a week. My wage budget is 20 grand. Okay. Club info. 31. It's like Dnipro Arena. They're a sleeping giant. They're a sleeping giants. We don't know any of. We've got no transfer budget and we've got a wage budget of 20 grand, right? Which ain't too bad. Ukrainian second division, remember? I think we go for it. I like their badge as well. It's classic. It's got quite a modern design. Their key man is Nazarenko. Alexander Nazarenko is pretty half decent inside forward. Oh, 2-footed. And we've only just... Hang on. Wait. Who's that then? Hang on. Is Dnipro 1 a totally different side to Dnipro? No, they're in the Ukrainian Amateur League. Unless they've had a hell of a fall from grace. But they are like our feeder team, maybe. Let's go with that. Right. So they've had 2 seasons in the Premier League, and then they've dropped down. They were founded in 2017. Okay, now I'm confused. But I've heard of them. So there must have been either another team called Dnipro or some bad shit happened and they had to reform. Let's have a look at the second division. This is strange. I'm going to have to... Hang on, I'm Googling this. Is it really -1? They can't call... Have they really called it... Right. It's a professional Ukrainian football team from Dnipro. The club is competing in the 2018 Ukrainian First League. The club adopted an emblem similar to the Police Special Patrol Detachment, Dnipro 1, that used to be led by Yuri... Blah, 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 blah. Am I thinking of a totally different... Maybe I'm thinking of a totally different league where Dnipro exists. But that is a town... Like, Dnipro is a town, isn't it? In Ukraine. This is the amateur side, formed in 1980. I don't know. I'm so confused. It says here criticism in the Wikipedia, and that's always right. Dnipro 1 has been criticised by some FC Dnipro fans, which is what we're looking at, because of transferring many players and coaches of FC Dnipro to their team in 2017. Also, there's a perception that some dude uses Dnipro 1 to create a substitute of FC Dnipro, not to pay his debts, but still have a strong club. Let's have a look at Dnipro. So they were formed in like 1918. Let's have a look at honours. So they won the Soviet Top League in 1985. Ukrainian Premier League, runners-up in 2014. This is what we're looking at. This amateur team was runners-up in the Premier League in 2014. Third place in 2015 and 16. So in 2016 they were runners-up, and now they are... So it's only what it's a top division, second division, third. So they got 2 relegations in a row, and they've just like. This is interesting. We've stumbled across something. Apologies if I'm just being stupid. We play at the same stadium. It's owned by Dnipro 1. I feel like we should take over this club. This is fascinating. This is really... Here goes. Success and downfall. This is of this team here, right? On May 14, 2015, Dnipro qualified for the Europa League final. This is why we know them, by defeating Napoli 1-0 in Ukraine after having a 1-1 draw. The first time in the club's history that it's reached a semi-final. Despite going up 1-0 in the 6th minute against Sevilla, Dnipro lost 3-2. Despite the defeat, the match crowned one of the club's greatest seasons, during which Dnipro had to play all of their home matches some 400 kilometres away in Kiev due to a conflict in eastern Ukraine. On March 13th, 2016, the club was excluded by UEFA from participating in the next UEFA club competition, for which it would otherwise qualify in the next season, for violating the fair play regulations. This is dodgy as shit, lads. In late June, financial fair play. Apparently, you can break that. Man City, hello. In late June 2016, there were rumours that the club owner had stopped funding the club. He immediately denied this, but did state the club will not exist in the same form as before, and that it was not normal to spend crazy amounts of money to keep the current squad intact. In 2016-17, season was disastrous for Dnipro due to outstanding debts owed to coach Juan Ramos and his staff. The FFU prevented Dnipro from signing new players other than free agents. On 26th of October 2016, Dnipro was assessed a penalty for 6 points for the same reason. In April 2017, 3 additional points were deducted at the conclusion of the 16-17 season. Dnipro were relegated directly to the Ukrainian second league, third level, in the first time in the club's history. In the 2017-18 season, the club with the new squad started well in Group B of the second league for 30 matches in a row, going high on points, blah, blah, blah. But the points had been deducted once more, with their number reaching up to 18. Sorry, this is badly written English. Until the end of the season, which resulted in the club finishing 8th place. On June the 7th, FIFA decided to once more relegate the club for the 2018-19 season. Now the club plays in the Amateur League. So the owner screwed over the club financially, I suppose because he's broke the financial fair play rules, then got excluded from Europa League, decided that he was not going to put any more money into the club. It got a lot of debts, and then rather than try and dig the club out of the debts and try and rebuild the club into what it is, he started a new team called Dnipro 1 that they're in the same stadium. This is weird. Hang on. I just want to see something. Okay, I'm just trying to find out about this owner. Okay, is a Ukrainian business oligarch and former governor of Dnipropetrovsk Oblast, a billionaire. He's rated as the second or third richest person in Ukraine, and 377th richest person in the world. That's weird, isn't it? Oh, what was his name? Can we see who owns the club and shit? Nickname? Dream Team? fucking. And they're fierce rivals of Dnipro, who they own and are the same club as. That's not his name, is it? So he's not the chairman. Oh, this is too good to turn down, boys. The trouble is, I almost want the other one, but obviously they're not. They can't just get rid of their manager. Mate, look, come on, give me that job. Go on, we'll do a job for you. Hey? Like, we'll get you there. We'll get you back up. I promise. We could take the Dnipro 1 job And then if the Dnipro job ever becomes available during our time in Dnipro, we reverse this trend of stealing all their stuff and we'll go to the shitter team and we'll destroy them. This is fascinating. I never knew all this shit. If there is any people that are knowledgeable about this stuff or any Ukrainian fans, let me know. I'm fascinated by this. This is really interesting. It looks like he basically Gareth Baled on Dnipro and just started it, rather than paying the debts and reviving the club, he basically bailed on it and just thought, fuck it, I'll start a new club. I won't even really go hard with the name. I'll call them Dnipro-1. That is amazing. We are taking this job. I'm gonna go big. All right? He's got a lot of money. All right. We are not close. What about 1, 2? We are very close. Fine. The thing is, like, we are getting paid half what we get paid in Luxembourg. But I'm pretty sure the cost of living in Ukraine is a little bit cheaper than living in Luxembourg. So we are literally at the end of the season. Let's have a look at our schedule. A lot of draws in there. Oh, we had a little run at the end. Oh, and then lost in the relegation playoff against Oblon Brewer. Gonna make half this shit up, could you? So that just happened in the middle of June. Okay, let's have a quick look at the club before we finish up. Oh, this is... I'm delighted we found this little gem of information and backstory. Okay, skip that shit. Okay, a lot of players unhappy. This is going to be... Feels forced out of the club. No, not anymore. Wants to leave is going to be the issue. Because there's going to be some big players here. We've got to check the finances in a minute. Which is... Yeah, and these are in financial trouble. So what that fucking knobhead is doing, God knows. Okay, finances. 1.5 million in debt. Ooh. We're overspending. The wage budget is fair. They're going to cut the wage budget because we've just been relegated. That's fair enough. I understand. I'm okay with that. But we need, if 23 with people leaving on a free, projection is okay. Looks like we'll be okay. Like, we've got a stadium and stuff, so that shouldn't be a massive problem. The board welcomes us. How many staff we got? Not too bad in the old staff department. We'll sort that shit out later. So we have 3 teams. We have Dnipro 1 Borisfon. You know me. I'm going to have a fucking massive cull. I'm going to find... Looks like we've got a couple of good youngsters. So we'll keep any really good prospects. I'm going to let contracts run out. Because although these are all like 10, 40, 70 quid... You know, there's a few £100 there saved. Bosh, job done. Okay, they've done the right thing here. Oh, hello, 19-year-old Ukrainian goalkeeper. Okay, we'll have a better look at these on another day. We've got a couple of good youth teams. We've got 2 goalkeepers. 3 goalkeepers. A right back and a DM in our reserve. Okay, under 21s. 3 more goalkeepers. Something dodgy going on here, lads. We've got any goalkeepers here? We've got 1. We've got all the goalkeepers, lads. We don't, for the next 20 years, we have no need to worry about goalkeepers, apparently, because we've got 4 really good young goalkeepers. Of all the fucking things to have. Okay. We won't go too much in on the team today because it's going to change dramatically. We will have a look who's leaving the club. Hopefully nobody that's worked... Oh, this guy... Oh, okay. He's leaving because we don't owe him. But he looks fucking decent, doesn't he? Scored 12 goals this season. To shortlist. So that's not too bad. He's on loanee. So we're only losing these guys. Which ain't too bad at all. Like, we only need to cash in on one big player. He is also wanted. Despite the fact I'd like to keep him. We've got a Polish and a Royal Antwerp are in for him. I don't know if they're going to have proper money to spend. He's got a minimum fee release clause of 2.3 million. That's fine. We get 2.3 million. That wipes out the debt and gives us a bit of money. We're getting 0% of the transfer budget. This is going to be a fun one. Oh, this is so much fun. I live for this shit. It's no fun. It's nowhere near as fun when everything's going well. You know, Dude Lange. Just, let's play the 3 thills. This will just bosh another result out. Oh, cheeky little cup at the end of the season. Now we're up the shitter, so to speak. Don't know what that is. And we've got a load of good goalkeepers, which is excellent. I might as well just get rid of the goalkeepers we have. He actually looks quite decent. But he's transfer listed. Of course he is. Unhappy. He doesn't want to leave and we've transfer listed him. What is going on in this club? This is amazing. Like, we can get rid of guys like this. His contract's running out anyway, because we can have one of the 17 goalkeepers we've got and have them come in. Let's have a look at our sort of star men. We've had a look at, so Nazarenko is that 2-footed guy. I really like to keep one of them. Igor Kogut. He's a beast, isn't he? Like, if we can keep him, like, he can run this club, basically. He's got a £2.2 million release clause. I wonder if we can offer him... He's probably going to want to leave. He's probably not going to sign a new contract, is he? Like, I'd really like to keep this guy. Any chance? No, he would just been relegated. And then we've got Artem Lysenko, who's 20 years old. Looks like a out-and-out winger. Yep, out-and-out winger. Pretty damn good. Oh, this is so much fun. I'm very excited about this. Okay, got 2 years left. That's fine. Do they all have fucking release clauses? I bet they do. 2.7. Okay, and none of them are going to want to sign new contracts because we've just been relegated. Tomacek, he wants to leave. He's wanted by that one. And he's been ridiculously good. 7.46. Oh, last few games. But he's a very solid player. What's his release clause? Oh, lads. This is. I think we need to insert column, contract. Where is it? Clauses. Release clause. Where is it? Match size, percentage, promotion, relegation, sell on. Where is it? Surely it's in release. It says in release. Okay. Active relegation release clauses, but we just want a general any clause. Because if we do that one, I don't think it's going to show it all, is it? No. Brilliant. Okay. Insert contract clauses. Relegation release clause. Those two. I wish you could just see all of them. Why can't I just see all of them? Any clause they've got. Because there's tons. Because it was like one of these, wasn't it? It was like higher division or domestic clubs, expiry date. Oh, this is stupid game. Come on now. No, I can't. Okay, we'll just get surprised as we go along by the actual relegation release clauses and stuff. Right. What else do we want to look at? Anything in particular? Let's have a quick look at the facilities. It's a relatively new stadium as well. 31,000. We got top corporate, good training, good youth. What are we sort of pulling in numbers wise? Let's go have a look at this. 4,000, 3,000. Fucking empty. 10% of the stand. 10% of the stadium is full. 4,000. So 4,000, 1,000. Okay, that was a friendly. Don't panic. 3,000 to 4,000 seems to be. 3,500 seems to be about our average. Which is obviously going to drop because of the thing. Right. I've got a bit clearing up to do, lads. Join me next episode. God help us all. This is going to be a very fun one. Join me next episode. We might have lost all our team because of release clauses, for various different release clauses we don't know about, rather than checking each one individually. I'm going to try and make sure we don't renew a lot of these and try and get us rid of some. Like, this guy's got a 4-year contract and he's fucking awful. Maybe, how do we use 4 goalkeepers that are all really good prospects? Maybe just loan 3 of them out, keep one. Hopefully they'll improve, and then we can maybe make some money off them. No point in selling them now. They're such little things. We could sell them for a percentage, sell on fees, but we've got good facilities, so we might just keep him at the club, to be honest. And this one's a 20. He's a bit older. He's available for loan. Right. Welcome, my friends, to Dnipro-1 in Ukraine. Welcome to the fake Dnipro. If you've got any information or any more detail about it, let me know in the comments, or if you want to do some research and stuff, find out interesting little tidbits about what's going on at the club. I'd be fascinated to know. See, it was a sign. Turning down that job in Sweden and just fancying Dnipro was a sign of wonderful things to come. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and if you're excited, let me know. And transfer window. We don't actually have any. We got to be careful because we don't have any money to spend, and we sell players. We can't. We get 0% of that. We have to sell players just to get us out of debt. And we're going to maybe lose some on release clauses and stuff. But I've got to be careful not to go too much on getting rid of players, because I can't really bring anybody in other than loanies and maybe some freebies, because we should be able to wipe a chunk. What's this? Nobody's on... Even the wages is not that high. Everybody's on a pretty chunky wage. Like this guy. He's 32 years old. Right. Yeah, transfer list, free. We'll try and sell him for $500,000 if we can. Holy balls, that's a massive chunk. It's going to drop to 23, and then we need to wipe off another sort of 6,000 to 8,000 to give us a little bit of wiggle room to be able to bring maybe in a couple of young players on a freebie or something like that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you very much for joining me. See you next time, unless I've gone mental. Bye-bye.